this is Danietta Fleming-Magana. I'm the president and founder of Covenant Security Solutions, and I've been in the cyber field for just shy of 20 years or so. But I definitely enjoy what I do, and I want to come and present to you the first series for this year's Covenant Security Solutions State of Cybersecurity. So I'm going to ask you right off the bat to consider subscribing, liking, sharing, so that others can get an opportunity to see the things that we're going to be presenting in this season. So right off the bat, I would just want to share that some of the things that we're looking at and that we'll be presenting this season is, one, we're going to continue our discussion around human trafficking, around the things that you can do to protect yourself, protect your loved ones from this online. We're also going to start talking about things like swatting and doxing. Those are becoming, unfortunately, very popular. And for those of you who don't know what that is, swatting is basically where someone will call in a active shooter to a police station, and they will watch you react and watch the police react through your Ring camera or any other camera system that you may have. And unfortunately, you have people who actually sell tickets and buy tickets to this online, as well as doxing. What that is actually someone going online, looking at public resources, social media, and pulling up information that you may not otherwise want other people to know about. And it's not only just an inconvenience for that individual, it may cause potentially personal and bodily harm. So we're going to talk about both of those this year, as well as other topics around cybersecurity. But what I wanted to do in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s day today is talk about the intersection of cybersecurity and civil rights. And for those of you who are sitting here saying there's an intersection, yes, there is. And what I want to talk about are a couple articles that I had the opportunity to look at over the holidays. And both of them were dealing with the reality of AI, that's artificial intelligence, and how law enforcement and other security departments are utilizing this technology to match it against your driver's license and other public databases to then determine whether or not you were the person that was at the scene of a crime. And so two of the articles I looked at actually focused on the fact that this technology does not have great accuracy when it comes to people of color. Matter of fact, it has almost 5 to 10 times less accuracy than it does when you're talking about white males. So when in this particular article, I'm going to actually put both of them in the comment section below, so please take a look at it. But in the first article, it's a gentleman that got arrested in New Jersey. This was not only traumatic for him, because in his case, he had, this would have been like a third strike you're out situation. And he was being accused of robbing and potentially causing harm to a police officer at the Hampton Inn. And they utilized the technology to match the driver's license picture to him. And the only thing that saved him was the fact that he was at another location at that time. And they were able to timestamp and verify that it couldn't have been him, because he couldn't obviously be in two places at the same time. But there's also another article in there that talks about the same thing. This happened to another African-American man in Michigan, where he was accused of stealing watches, and that, later found out that that was not possible for him to have committed that crime either. However, in both instances and other instances as well, these gentlemen are arrested. They're put under the pressure of having their freedom taken away, only to go back and find out that they were utilizing tools that aren't fully accurate. And so at this time, I don't want to sit down and say, oh, we should just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Obviously, there's a lot that has to happen, but I want to bring this up because I want people who work with this technology, people who are responsible for deploying this technology, to understand that there are some holes. There's some things that have to be fixed, and especially when it comes to utilizing these types of technologies when you're talking about people of color. And then second piece I want to share with everyone is to think about this technology, not just in terms of how it may or may not be working for people of color, but to look at it as a broader societal implication. We now have walked into a world where data is everywhere on everyone, and we have to start asking some serious questions about whether or not this information that's being collected, who has the rights to it, and how should they be able to utilize it. obviously we want to give the best possible tools to our law enforcement, to our security personnel, but at the same time, you know, I'd like to say in life, there's a yin and a yang, there's a good and a bad, there's an up and a down. And so with anything, when you're talking about a technology as powerful as artificial intelligence has the potential to become and is becoming, then we need to also not just look at the good side of it, but the bad side of it, and be prepared and start asking some serious questions about how we use this technology and how we also protect the rights of individuals overall. And I thought that this was very important to bring up on this day when we're talking about civil rights and anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King and standing up for each one of our individual rights. We're not victims to any of this technology, but we should know what's its limits and how we are going to be a part of that conversation to protect ourselves, to protect our future. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys with a clip from one of my favorite movies. And this particular movie is The Minority Report. And the clip I'm going to share with you is the search scene. And this is a scene where the main character is trying to find a criminal through the precognition lab that they have set up. And many of you will see a lot of the terms, a lot of the things at the time that movie came out that seemed sci-fi and far-fetched. But if you pay close attention, you're going to see a lot of the things in there we're talking about today. Being able to pull up driver's license, being able to figure out who your contacts are. And we need to be very clear, you know, what are boundaries with this? And how do we protect ourselves while we're also being able to utilize the benefits that these technologies bring? So again, thank you so much for joining us for this quick clip today. Definitely take the time to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week on a new topic. So I'll talk then. And if you really like anything in particular, or you have something that as you go through and you listen to our series that you like, feel free to leave a comment, because it might be something that others are also interested in, and we can kind of go over that. I can bring in some good friends and experts and things like that to delve into that topic. So looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.